Hey everyone, what it is? Oh, what's up? What's up? Every good girl need a little love. Every black boy need a little love. If you put it down, I'ma pick it up. What it is? Oh, what's up? How are you? Oof, so many messages on LinkedIn. Recruiters want me to be a software engineer, but I just want to be a life coach. Mm. Today I have some things to talk about, namely, nope, not these. Uh, I am going to review the movie Soul. How do they not put Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey in the front? That's strange, but anyway, Soul. Let's talk about Soul. This, okay, not this. Ah, hello. Hello. Okay, it's still here. Let's start recording. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Life Coach Reviews Movies. Today, at the request of one of my clients, we are reviewing the movie Soul. And you would think that number one, I work with Disney, and number two, I do soul stuff, like life stuff. So you may think that I am a big fan of this movie, but actually, that could not be far further from the truth. This movie is actually one of my least favorite movies. Um, why? We'll get to. I mean, like in general, I think so. With every movie review kind of a thing, you have to understand that like taste or like disdain is ultimately a subjective thing. So I have standards when I that I look for when I look at a movie, right? And my standards were just not met at all. So but you know that's talking about my preferences is not really the point of these videos. So let's get to life coach's perspective of Soul. So number one, um, does Soul actually show you like some profound messages? I think so. The biggest message that the film says is you gotta find happiness and meaning in the small things instead of big things, right? And that's what the character ultimately experiences after going through death and then like briefly connecting back to life and playing music and talking with mom or whatever. But is that message really like that well communicated? Like does the message actually get amplified with all these like events of death? I don't think so. Like there's plenty of other movies that tackle the same subject. Happiness is in the, small things. Stop and smell the roses. And this death experience and like encounter with the soul world, I think was completely wasted because like those aspects were just, in my opinion, used for comedic relief and weren't really like plot devices for anything, in my opinion. Hey Denise and Rio, I am just going to town on digging into one of my least favorite movies. So, what's up, Francis? So, yeah, I'm talking about why I really dislike the movie. So, but anyway, so I was saying, um, this movie is talks about the, like happiness, how it's in the common things, and moreover like how you like just focusing on the big thing to the next big thing to the next big thing, it'll always make your life depressing, so you have to find your happiness and meaning in the small things. So speaking of death, what really irks me a lot is all these like elements of the afterlife that they display, right? Like, why is he wearing a top hat? I know that for visual consistency, you want to like carry over the traits of the character, but what to me, what this ultimately ends up relaying is the message that you're just kind of the same person born over and over and over again. And like as a Buddhist, I just don't like vibe with that. But that's okay. You can have interpretations of this, right? But what I'm really irked about is so much of this movie is dependent on chances, right? Like why do certain things happen in this movie? Oh, there's no like greater reason, but it's like so like chance. But like are certain things in life up to chance? Yes, I'm not arguing that. And maybe this is a good representation of that element. Everything is up to chance. But what this ends up doing is that like in the life when things seem unfair, it's a lens. Things feeling unfair is a lens, but if you really look into the void of things, if you really, really, really examine all the number of possibilities and the things that happen. So, for example, wrongful death. Wrongful death is a perspective. Like when you're born, you have to die someday, right? And obviously, nobody wants to die, and so nobody wants to die young. But what is young? Before, like people used to die in their like 60s, but now it's like 80s and the life expectancy grows up. So now when people die in their like 40s, 50s, 60s, it's dying relatively young, right? So when you look at the things that seemingly seem unfair in life, in the grand scheme of things, the grand scheme of things, it tends to be all in the realm of possibilities. But what this movie does, especially in the, soul realm where everything is like kind of like, oh, like, I don't know, I just kind of slipped. Oh, I need to go up to that escalator, but fuck that, I'm gonna go run the other way. Nobody really enforces anything. So like then why are all the other souls waiting on their turn in the escalator? If it's all up to like cutting in line and doing anything you want, like that that is beyond the scope of this life. And so if this life is gonna be all not that different from the afterlife, then again, like what's the point of showing an afterlife if it's not going to be like all that different from the regular life? Again, like I'm it's kind of hard for me to really objectively stay on the topic of the life coaching stuff, but I just really don't like this movie. And moreover, like these things, these like images, these like look clever in one perspective, but then they're so bland in my opinion. Like why are none of these, I mean, ultimately, why do all of these things that aren't really bound by any of the physical rules of this earth, why do they always find like the, symmetrical form? And why like, shapes like this? If this is truly the beyond, it's not subject to any of the rules in the physical realm, but why is it like following that? And why is there gravity in the afterlife? And so many just like things are just I think poorly executed. Story wise too. There's just so many loopholes and so many things that are up like it's just lazy plot drive, right? Like, oh, like this really pivotal moment in the story happened. Why? Oh, because he just fell into the wrong body. And then, whoa, why did that happen? Oh, I don't know. Like he got moved by something. It just not a big fan at all. Uh Hey Kaylee, I there was something else that I did not really like, and I wanted to talk about that, but I'm having a hard time remembering what it is. It was something about the afterlife world. Oh yeah, and in my opinion, this hits the peak when, in the end, Joe actually gets a second life. Again, if it's purely by chance, I get it, but again, it's by like some kind of coincidence or like some person. I mean, some will that doesn't really fit in like a really, really, really well made story. And so, ultimately, I think this movie does show happiness, and that's about it. But does it tell happiness in a really profound way? I don't think so. Does it explore happiness from the perspective of death? It kind of does, but is it one of the movies where it does the best job at this using the, context of the film? I really don't think so. So, I just think it was a really, really, really bland imagination that wasn't really developed at all. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, again, I feel kind of bad because I'm just really laying it down on the this movie, but this I just yeah, personal opinion, I just don't really think this was a good movie at all. But hopefully you understand a little bit of why I don't enjoy this movie, and next time I will try to review something in a more joyful spirit. Thank you. All right. Yeah. I can't believe this movie got a like favorable review by so many people because not like not Pixar standard. I just think this like movie wise, I just think this is a really bad movie. Yeah, I guess I just really think differently. 8.3 out of 10. The narrative veered off in many unexpected directions so that I have the opposite conclusion. So that even the inevitable endpoint feels like completely unjustified. Yeah, not uniformly positive. Yeah, the I didn't yeah, I think like the problem with the soul retaining shape and thing it kind of implies that black people are constantly born into black people and like Tina Fey will always be like Tina Fey. That really didn't feel like. I mean, in that case like it might as well be like a Hindu movie, right? Not that like it's bad, but like it doesn't really show the wide expanse that comes from the pure imagination of what could be possible in the afterlife. It's all just like themes that have already been explored. Yeah, it's messy and muddy. Yeah, only made muddier by the questions the movie sets up and then fails to answer. Yeah, yeah. The blackness, I agree. The this depiction of blackness, I think, was good. I mean, to my Asian knowledge. Yeah, and this I also didn't like. Like the 2022 uses Joe as a vehicle, but the movie also makes a grandiose and grotesque claim that he has learned to live through her. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't enjoy this movie. Okay. But yeah, time for that was it. How are you guys doing? Hmm. Today was so busy, but I was able to take a bit of a break before coming here. And not this. Like in terms of Pixar films, Turning Red was okay. Inside Out, I think was it was a lot better than Soul, but I don't think it was like particularly great. Luca was like okay. Onward was okay. Coco was okay. Soul was like bad. Ratatouille, I think, is like cream of the crop. It was, yeah, I think it was busy in a pretty good way. Lots of clients, lots of work meetings, and work meetings. It was so like I could tell that the kind of the because we're kind of in a busy season at work, so I could kind of tell that people were in that kind of in the midst of getting consumed. So I was able to kind of like catch that and reassure people that we're all doing a good job. And I think sometimes we need that kind of morale boost in work settings. Up, good. Monsters Inc. Good. I haven't watched the Good Dinosaur. Bao, I think, is very racist. Which is, yeah, like there's a lot of opinions on it, but I really, 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 really like Soul and Bao. I really dislike these two. Brave was like okay. I didn't watch Lightyear. Cars, I surprisingly I really like Cars. You saw Double Rainbow yesterday and got a caricature. Oh yeah, Strawberry Festival. Tell us more about it. Did you eat like strawberries until you got sick? I'm hoping that's the case. Is it season? I never know what season things are. Wall-E was like Bugs Life was also really good story wise. Incredibles, oh, love it. Toy Story 1, Chef's Kiss. Oh man, but the more I go on and on, the more angry I'm gonna be because yeah, yeah, I get very deeply invested into Pixar stuff. Um, so it didn't used to be like this. I was really kind of the person who was fine watching like movies I consider to be bad, but then um my wife, after we moved to LA, she studied animation, and so she went to school again for like 2 years, and then so because she's an animation major, she needed to watch a lot of movies because she needed to like work on her storytelling and because she wanted to be a storyboarding artist, right? So we watched a lot of movies, and then we did a lot of analysis on the hero's journey, and so that kind of took a lot of the joy out of watching movies because we were always watching movies in a really analytical lens, and then so for like 3 4 years we really like hated watching movies because we would just spend so much time like analyzing everything and we never really could enjoy it. And Soul is one of the movies that we watched in that era, so we have a particular disdain for it. Root beer float and donuts. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, that's fun. Well, I'm happy you had a good time. How's the weather where you live? It's like it's gotten cold again in California. I think it's gonna rain again soon. Well, in Southern California where I am. Yeah, man. Strawberry Festival sounds good. Uh, yes. Hmm. Okay, let's close the Pixar tabs because I am losing it. Oh, double rainbows. Okay. All right. I also had a request talk a little bit deeply about meditation. And we had our weekly meditation session today morning, and so I think it's a good time to talk about meditation. So let's make a in-depth Billy's guide to meditation. Okay. Recently, I've had a lot of requests to talk a little bit more about the how-tos of the meditation. So I did a how-to on the bowing, and so today I want to do a how-to on meditation. But the thing is, I learned meditation by myself, and I primarily learned it through the Korean Buddhist monk, the Venerable Pomyun Sunim. And so that is where I got my meditation knowledge. I didn't like I'm not certified in meditation. I don't really do like vipassana. I don't go to meditation retreats. I am just a humble meditator who meditates every day. And so that's the disclaimer I have. But at the same time, I do have a lot of experience of working through the barriers of meditation. So I want to talk a little bit about meditation in depth, especially the how to. Uh, Meditation is all about finding the middle ground. And what the middle ground between what? When you are over trying, when you're trying so hard, I'm meditating so hard right now, then you're not meditating because you are like, you're consumed by the thought. And so there's this like depth of thought that you're chasing and chasing and chasing when meditation is supposed to be about doing nothing, thinking nothing. But on the other hand, if you're too, then you will take a nap. And that's a nap, that's not meditation. So, sitting down and thinking really hard is not meditation. Relaxing so much that you fall asleep is not meditation. Meditation is in the middle. And Buddha came to this because Buddha was a prince. And Buddha had all the riches. And Buddha had a wife, Buddha had a kid, and Buddha had basically everything going for him. But he was suffering. And then so he left the palace and became a monk. Spent 6 years in voluntary suffering because he thought, oh, I think I'm suffering because I'm too well adjusted. So I'm gonna get fucked up for the next 6 years and then see what happens. But then he got really messed up by in the 6 years, but he didn't attain any kind of awakening. He didn't get free from. He didn't get any freedom from suffering, and this is a statue in Pakistan, uh, demonstrating or really depicting how Buddha's state was. Basically, he was all bone. There was barely skin, and it is said that like flies always flew around Buddha's head because he was kind of like a half corpse, and the kids from the local neighborhoods would come by and always bet on whether that guy is dead or not. So this is Buddha near the end of the sixth year. And then he made the painstaking decision to, you know what? I've stayed here for 6 years, and there's other people who are participating in voluntary suffering, but nobody is doing it as hard as me. And I cannot see the end of suffering here. So there must be something wrong here. And so he left the mountains, and then he washed himself. He got fed milk porridge by a lady named Sujata, and then sat underneath the banyan tree and started meditating and said, "Until I find the end of my suffering, I will not awake." And then at the end of the seventh day, he declared the end of his suffering, and then he became Buddha. He was Gautama Siddhartha before, but now he's Buddha. And now, no, so the meditation is supposed to be this half line between focus and relaxation. Just like how Buddha realized awakening and nirvana is not in indulgence, not in suffering, but in the middle path. And this is also why a lot of Buddhist philosophy revolves around paradoxes, because comfort is suffering and suffering is comfort at the same time. Again, because everything is void. So meditation, the foundational, what it is you empty your mind. You don't participate in any thoughts. You don't participate in anything, but at the same time, you keep the meditation so that you don't get too relaxed. And there are many ways of keeping that minimum line, that very thin line of the medium path. Vipassana does it by like a body scan. So you go from the head, what is the head feeling right now? What is the shoulder feeling right now? And then so on and so forth. The meditation that I learned from the Venerable Pomyun Sunim and the one that I participate in is Anapana, which is the simplified, which is a kind of a subset of Vipassana meditation, and it is just focusing on the breath. When you are meditating this way, all the thoughts and all the feelings and everything that goes through your body and mind are just fleeting things. They may as well be a fly. They may as well be a cloud. They may as well be like a gentle sprinkle of rain. They may be like a butterfly floating. None of it means anything. It's not significant. The only significant thing in meditation is the sensation of air entering your nostril and leaving your nostril. And we're not casting judgments on it. Ooh, my nose hurts. Or, oh, the breath is so cold as the air is still cold. Those don't count. The only thing is the physical sensation of air as it leaves and enters your nose as you breathe. And now, what are the ways to do this? Can you do this anywhere? Yep, you can do this while you're driving. But at the same time, you will have a lot more distractions, right? So, in order to actually access your will, in order to actually access the meditative state, what we recommend is sitting on the floor, closing your eyes, and just hanging your arms in a comfortable position like this near the legs. But now, can you sit in a chair? Is it better than not meditating at all? Yes, but the recommendation is sitting on the floor. Now, many ways to sit on the floor. I have raised my pant leg for demonstration. One way is to sit the crisscross applesauce. This is one way. Second way is to half lotus like this. So full lotus is, I don't know if I can do this on the chair surface. I cannot, but it is both ankles up at the same time. That is full lotus. The core recommendation standard is the full lotus, but full lotus requires a lot of hip flexibility. It is mistaken for knee flexibility, but your the degree of mobility that your ankle has the degree of mobility that your knee has, especially in this angle, is too small to comfortably, well, the point isn't comfort, but to settle in to the full lotus. You have to utilize the mobility of your hip, but especially if you are not used to sitting on the floor, you will likely not have that hip mobility. So, do you need to do full lotus? No, it's okay if you can't do the full lotus. But if you're going to be meditating every day like me, is it generally good to, get your hip flexibility with doing half lotuses? I would say so. We'll get into why in a little bit. Another option is there is a kneeling chair. So it's like a stool that's a little like horizontally long, and you kneel and you sit on there. But so this that reduces the pressure that your knees feel when you kneel on the ground, and so that's another way. But ultimately, um, on a cushion, sitting down on the ground, full lotus is recommended. Why? Because when you sit like this, the legs aren't locked, interlocked. So what will happen is as you sit down in this posture for a prolonged amount of time, because there's nothing interlocking things into place, you will keep having to readjust and readjust and readjust and readjust. When you go full lotus, there getting to full lotus is one thing and maintaining full lotus is one thing, but the legs interlock in place. So you don't need to really worry about posture because once you have it, it's done. So all you need to do is just maintain the back posture, and then that's all you have to consciously think about. But now with that, uh, you would sit anywhere any way you like, and then you close your eyes, and then you just breathe, and you will think of things, but it's okay. Every time you notice yourself thinking something, you come back to the breath. And now, the temptation will be to breathe exaggerately so that you can focus more. But then now, that's trying now, right? And we learned before that trying doesn't really count as meditation. So we don't try, we just breathe naturally. If you are a shallow breather like me, and if you are a slow breather like me, then you're barely gonna notice it. But that's kind of the point, right? Because when you focus on really subtle things, that's when your mind needs to focus the most. And that maintaining that focus is the point of meditation. Accessing that focus and putting it into one thing by your intention. That's the point of meditation. So, well, as you start at first, you will like you'll want to feel it, right? Because that's the whole point. But then the more and more you do it, the more your sensitivity around the nostrils will become, and the more silent you'll be able to breathe. And the point really isn't silence though. But what is important is that you are relaxed and you're breathing normally instead of like, because again, that's trying, and trying is not meditation. So that is the how it works. But realistically, what will happen is you will encounter waves of resistance. The first wave of resistance tends to be around the mental part. You will be constantly distracted, especially if you haven't done this before. But now you practice for like a week or two, and then you will get the thinking part down. The thoughts will float around, but you won't attach to them. You're gonna notice that I'm thinking that I'm bored. Oh, I'm thinking that I want to open my eyes and I want to stop meditating. Oh, I'm thinking what I'm gonna do after meditating. So just like this, you just notice it and you don't chase it. And you just, oh, I've noticed it. And sometimes you're gonna react late. Oh crap, I've been thinking about this. Okay. And you just come back. Every time you notice. And the more you do it, the better you're gonna be at it, and then you will encounter your first physical pain wave. And this is why I think full lotus is kind of beneficial because full lotus will really invite a lot of pain into your body, especially the lower body. And when you feel that pain, your circulation's gonna cut off and like your joints are gonna hurt. The temptation is to address it, right? And when you, as you meditate, you're gonna feel an itch somewhere. You're gonna do this, and then you feel like your arms kind of like asleep. So you do this. So if you're doing all of that, you're not meditating. You're just sitting down, right? So the whole point of meditation is, oh, my forehead. I'm noticing that my forehead itches. Sometimes I get congested, right? I'm noticing that my right nostril is congested. And then sometimes my dogs will come and lick me, and I notice that my dog is licking my foot. And then as you sit more and more, the more pain you will feel in your body. And that is your first encounter with the physical wave. And then you will be able to feel, okay, yep, I'm noticing that my legs hurt. I'm noticing that my legs hurt. But I'm gonna come back to here. I'm noticing that my ankle hurts now. I'm noticing that my hip hurts. But I'm gonna come back to the breath. And the more you do it, the you will eventually pass the first wave of physical discomfort. And now you meet the second wave of distractions because your body is comfortable again. So just like this, it's gonna be an alternating wave of brain, body, brain, body, brain, body, brain, body. And meditation is just sitting down through all of it, just noticing those things, but unwavered in your determination. Unwavered in your resilience. And you know what? It's okay. I'm not trying to close down my thoughts. I'm not trying to not think. I'm not trying to think more. Every time I notice thinking, every time I notice a feeling, every time I notice a sensation, anytime I notice anything that's not my breath, I just come back to the breath. And that is how you meditate and what you will realistically encounter during meditation. So, as you can imagine, um, by now, meditation is not easy. It's not this cakewalk thing that you get to do as a hobby, right? Meditation, when you're about to do it, it should always incur kind of a will in you because you're walking into kind of a battlefield. So if I told you to do 108 bows every day, before you do it, you're gonna have this, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do this. You're gonna have that determination, right? Meditation is the same way. I know that every day when I meditate, I know I'm going to encounter challenges because it's not meant to be easy with our brain. That's why we train this sense of will and intent through meditation. So, um, if you find that meditation sounds difficult now, good. But is it the best way to access your will? And is it the best way to foster your inner strength so that you can move through the resistances that you feel in your life? I think yes. So I hope you would give meditation a sincere thought and a sincere try next time. If you want to try meditation but you're intimidated by doing alone, you can join my Discord server because every Monday morning Pacific time, we have a meditation weekly group and you can participate with us so that you feel less alone. All right, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. I'm just waiting for the link to appear anytime now. No? Okay, I guess it's not gonna pop up. I'll leave a link in the comments. Oh, here it is. All right. So that was my long video on meditation. Meditation is fun. Is it? Like I only go backwards, baby. It has been 97, 98 days since I started doing it daily. But before that, I was like everybody else. I tried to do like guided meditation using the apps and the videos on YouTube. But I yeah, like I should have said this in the video, but yeah, those are just like those don't really, because you have to follow that video, right? So it kind of isn't really the same kind of meditation that I talk about. The one where you just focus on your breath. And yeah, I think I've been chronicling my meditation in my Discord chat, and I think every time I made a significant advancement, I feel I oh well crap. I started writing about meditation in December 31st. But anyway, I started in late last November, and but I think I started really taking a lot of making a lot of progress since the December. And when you look at my meditation reflections, it seems like I'm thinking these things while in meditation, but it's actually like it's not that I'm actively thinking about these things in meditation, but like during meditation, these insights would just like pop up, right? And I'm like, holy fuck, and then come back to the breath, right? But yeah, like it's not like following a thought. It's not me intentionally thinking I'm gonna have a fucking great like awakening today. Paisikis. Hello, meditate third eye. Yep, I meditate a lot. Am I saying your username right? Paisikis? Anyway, those are the two videos that I wanted to make today. And now I'm just gonna see if there's some things I can react to on Reddit. But other than that, like, well, how are you guys? What are you guys up to this week, man? I'm gonna be so busy this week. It's crazy. I have one, two, three, four, five, six. I have 6 meetings tomorrow. Wow. Hmm. There's a video I want to make. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. You are a Madru gamer? I don't know what that is. Madrugar? Huh. Sorry, Paisikis. I just I'm clueless on what you mean by Madru. Am I is that gamer? I don't know. Sorry. You're gonna have to inform me because I do want to know more about you. You are an aspiring polyglot. That is my current goal. Getting back into studying languages. Yeah, you're pretty good at Korean too. 한국말 좀 잘하던데. Yup. It's good. You know, I dabbled in linguistics, and that's why I did like speech recognition in all the tech companies I worked at. And at Apple, I developed like the daytime recognition for Brazilian Portuguese and Russian. Man, Russian was intense. And I was starting to do like Finnish things like that. Hi, Carolina. Night gamer. What games do you play, man? Or woman or person? I'm playing a lot of Tekken these days whenever I have the time. Um, Carolina, how are you doing? All right, let me quickly shoot a video about how to get out of bed early. It's been about 100 days since I started waking up at 6 a.m. So you would think that I am naturally a morning person, but that cannot be farther from the truth. I was the type of guy who would wake up around 10 a.m. and I slept around 2 a.m. every day. And I tried waking up early, but it was just so difficult. And I thought I would never be a morning person. But something clicked in me and I decided to wake up early. And you know what? That's exactly what this video is about. You've tried for 7 years. How can you get out of bed early? The thing is, you don't want to. That's at the bottom of it. If you're forced to wake up early but you want to sleep in, it'll be really hard to wake up early because you don't want to. That I don't want to wake up early is at the core of everything. So if you want to wake up early, you have to have an earnest discussion with yourself. Why? What are you going to do after waking up early? Because pointlessly waking up at 6 a.m., if I'm not gonna do anything, might as well be sleeping, right? So it's really important that you want to wake up early. If there is no reason to wake up early, then why wake up early, you know? And so, for I want to offer you one good reason why you should consider waking up early. We are humans. We are biological beings. Therefore, our body will get to dictate a lot of our experiences and our desires. So, when you are hungry, do you need to eat every day? Especially in this modern world where everyone is kind of over nutritious, you don't need to eat every day, but you do because you feel hunger, right? So the hunger gets to dictate what you do or not. So just like that, sleep is one of the biggest things that you will have to encounter every single day. And rest and these things, you can't really escape sleep, right? But realistically, do you need to go to a really comfy bed in the best temperature and get 8 hours of sleep every single day? No. And you know this, but your body tells you otherwise. When you can have a different relationship with sleep, you will uncover that suddenly your day is full with a lot more time than you used to have. And all the things that you wanted to do, but you don't have time, guess what? If you have a new relationship with sleep, you are going to be able to do those things. Now, do you have things that you want to do, but you always find yourself out of time? Changing your relationship with sleep by connecting to your desire because you want to live more. You don't want to, it's not that you want to sleep less, it's more of you want to live more of your life, right? Than sleeping, controlling sleep, and having a different relationship with sleep is one of the best ways to get that more time into your day without changing the number of hours to 27 or something. Oh, survival. I was interested in the Dragon Ball like Dead by Daylight game, like the where you play as one Dragon Ball character, but um I really don't like installing new games. New games these days are like 80 gigs and it takes like forever to download. No, I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, I play Street Fighter and I played Tekken. I'm a big fan of fighting games. I'm a big fan of fighting in general. But ironic, like weirdly, I don't watch the UFC, but I love fighting. Um, I play Nina. Nina, I am a Nina main. You don't sleep early, yeah? I used to be the same way, but these days like I'm just so busy. If I don't get to sleep around 10 p.m., like I'm like out cold, and that's also good, right? Because yeah, the more packed your day is, you're gonna sleep like a baby every night, and that's a really good feeling. Because I used to be like really restless at night, and I used to get waken up by all these things, and I was so sensitive to sound, and I was so pissed off when I couldn't like sleep well. So the controlling, I mean, changing how I sleep has really been a big game changer for me. Shiranui Mai, yeah. You know, well, I played a lot of King of Fighters too, but I like I like the main protagonists usually. So I played a lot of Kyo, I played a lot of Iori and K, but yeah, for some reason, I for in the King of Fighters stuff, I never really played a lot of the side characters. In Tekken, I play kind of like everybody, but I primarily main Nina. And Street Fighter, I play mostly everybody, but for Street Fighter 6, I played a lot of Cammy. Uh, because I like that kind of like rushing play style, which is so weird because in fighting games, I play the rushing, really aggressive style. But when I play jujitsu, when I'm actually fighting another person, I'm all defense, right? I play a completely defensive game. Um, and I'm kind of that guy who constantly defends and then finds that one opportunity to counterattack and like just end the match there. That's how I play jujitsu. But when I play fighting games, I don't have the patience to like wait, which is so interesting to me. Um, oh, I was about to say something, but then I forgot. Oh yeah. Um, I think everyone in my chat generally seems to be doing well socially. Is my understanding correct? Are you guys all like do you guys do any of you struggle with social anxiety? The reason why I'm asking is just like the weekly meditation, I'm thinking of hosting because I see a lot of socially anxious people who don't know how to talk to people, and when you feel like you don't know how to talk to people, then it kind of becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy because of that you don't like interact with people, and because of that you never get the chance to develop your social skills, right? So I want to facilitate like a speed kind of conversation practice, kind of like a drill, right? Like so you come up with like five talking points and then you just go like boom 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 and you just practice talking. Boom, okay, good. Now like switch partners and just talk. Boom 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 boom. And then switch partners, talk. Boom 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 boom. Mm, okay, yeah. Then if you're interested, then let's actually try to get something some kind of a conversation practice started because I I'm really interested in helping people like but social anxiety and things like that, part of it is like the like mindset and everything, but at the same time it is actually kind of that skill of talking, and it does get better, a lot better with the time and the more practice. So I'm gonna talk to you, both of you are on Discord, so I'm gonna start talking to you about how to run this kind of a program. of conversation practice. Okay, cool. Well, now that Meku is saying it, let's see if I can stream some Tekken. But why is my can you guys see can you guys see Tekken? No? No? Huh. You can see Steam, but not Tekken. OBS Tekken 8. No, 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 no. You don't need to derail the conversation. I'm done with all the videos I wanted to talk about today. So you don't see the game UI, right? Like you're seeing a black screen. Huh. OBS Tekken 8 black screen. Oh, apparently my graphics is. Oh, I need to use display capture. Okay. This game doesn't provide. Okay, display capture. Oh, not this one. This one. No, not that one. This one. No. This one. Oh, okay. Here we go. Now you guys can see, right? Okay. Oh, guys. I always wanted to try game streaming. So, kind of a kind of a dream come true right now. I use a hitbox. I don't like the sexualized outfits, so I made a more kind of a modest kind of a not modest, but more like realistic outfit. Not that you would fight with not that you would fight with these types of outfits, but yeah. But anyway, um, wow, I can't believe I'm playing games on stream. Oh, kind of a lag. I wonder if I need to change up the graphics setting because there's a bit of a lag. I don't know. Let's see how one match goes. But don't get me wrong, you can still talk about life coaching. This is just the thing that I'm trying. Ah, stat for that one. Ah, oh man, all these low attacks. Oh man. Oh man. Getting. Oh. Alright. Miss input. Oh man. Alright. Gotta take two now. Lag isn't that bad. You know, this is the highest rank I achieved, and like I had a really hard time reaching this rank because I kept getting like super tilted. But I think something shifted. Like since I stopped getting tilted, things got a lot better. Too many lows. Too many lows. Too many lows. Oh man, I keep getting hit by that. Punch. Too many lows. Punch. Oh no, that didn't kill? Punch. Woohoo! Alright, let's take one more, hopefully. Man, too many times. Too many times. Oh. Too many times. Same move too many times, but I'm at the same time guilty. Oof. Oh. Oh. Oh, couldn't punish that. Oh. Oh man, should have ended just there. Oof. Oh, oh yeah. Woo. Throws. Let's mix in some throws. Looking good. All right. Well, yeah, the PC, I bought the parts like a few years ago, but then I bought it with the intention to use it for a pretty long time. So it's like PC's pretty okay. All right, one more round, and then I think I'm gonna wrap up for the night. Steve. Gotta feel if this Steve is someone who likes to sit a lot. Oh, oof. Counter hit. Counter hit. Oh, nope. 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 No throws. Oh, yep. All right. I think it's lagging for us both. Whoa. All right. We, we might take this one. Ah, misinput. But same with him. Oh, crap. Just needed to be a little patient. That's not good. Let's hopefully take this one. Oh, this guy canceled. All right. Okay. All right. That's how it's gonna be. Yeah, as you can see, I just spam a lot of lows, and then if they start ducking, then I go mid, and then if they keep blocking, then I throw them, and that's how I play Tekken. Okay. All right. Well, that is gonna be it because I need to wash up and I need to be prepared for tomorrow, and such is my life. But I think tomorrow night around the same time I'll be around, and till then, I'll see you on Discord, and hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow, regardless of what you do. And good night. And we'll talk more about the social interactions practice. Okay. See ya. Thank you for supporting my stream as always.